Okay, so with the Bing platform, I noticed that they're pretty strict on the back end insofar as billing and the overall account, but they're pretty lax on the front end insofar as campaigns, text used or keywords used, etc. So that's what we're going to go after here. And that's not to say that this is a violation of their terms or anything like that. It's just when you make this type of method so obvious to them, then somebody may go in manually and disapprove the ad or disable the account, because I've had that happen once to me already because I made it look way too obvious. So I'll talk to you about how to go about this in a little bit here, but just to go over a few things here. Obviously, we know Bing, their clientele is more the older demographic, and so we want to tailor and target our offers accordingly. And so marketing 101, of course, is you want to get the person excited or angered about something. And so with me, I felt, okay, well, what offers work with getting the older demographic excited or angered? And so instead of like a biz op offer, let's say, I decided maybe investing instead, stocks, bonds, et cetera, whatever types of investment news and whatnot is out there. So you want to look for those types of offers or freebies, sweepstakes, contests. Those are more better suited for this type of clientele versus winning an iPad, winning a TV, or anything like that. Okay, so please keep that in mind too. As a matter of fact, I'm running one of those ads right now, a sweepstakes ad, and it's working out really well. Now, if I was to put win an iPad or anything like that, it wouldn't work at all. Now, those are the types of things to get them excited about. Okay, what can you give them that they don't have or that they want more of or something for free? They get excited about that. Now, the opposite is getting them angered, okay? So what will get them angered? Well, if they are paying for something or overpaying for something and you tell them, look, you're getting screwed right now. If you decide to sign up for this offer, you'll find out how much money you can save and not get screwed anymore. And so what that means is, let's say somebody has a car insurance, obviously, or life insurance, health insurance, whatever. If they're paying $30, $40, $50 a month when they could only be paying $10 or $15 a month, now they'll get screwed. Now, how does that work? You can't just say, okay, we'll pay only $10 a month and expect people to sign up for your offer. So you have to have a landing page accordingly to make them believe that's the case. And so what I'm doing with mine is, and I'll show you that in my landing page too, I'm actually having a video, a story, if you will. And I tell a story about how I was in the insurance industry and how I saw everything unfold and how I saw these agents taking advantage of older people, and they price them out and they make sure that they are paying more based upon past policies and how much they overpaid with that. I mean, it's a long story, but it gets to the nitty gritty of like, wow, you're getting screwed. Let me show you why, and this is how you solve it. So you tell them about the problem, and then you show them how to solve it. And by solving it, that's going through your offer because you're different. Okay, so this works with things that they're paying money on, which is, you know, credit card bills, or for me, it's car insurance because I have a ton of car insurance experience from when I used to be an affiliate, I guess, back before I did AdSense. I used to be a huge car insurance affiliate. So this works for reverse mortgage, getting out of debt, any of those things, okay? Whatever the hot buttons you can trigger for them is going to be key insofar as getting them to convert on the offer you're promoting, okay? And so again, I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. Another thing about the Bing platform is a lot of it's mobile based. If you don't go in there and select that you want a decreased bid in mobile, you're going to get a lot of mobile traffic. Now, I don't mind mobile traffic as long as the offer is optimized for it. If it's not, you're going to get screwed, okay? So just to give you the heads up on that. You want to make sure that the offer isn't too complicated to fill out, because even if it is mobile optimized, if there's just too many fields, you know, being that they're older people, they're very impatient. So they just want quick solutions, quick fixes to their problems, okay? And so I want to talk to you about a little bit of what we'll do is we'll go through setting up a Bing campaign right now. And then after that, I will show you some of the keywords that I put in here, okay? Well, I guess we could just do them one and the same, okay? So when we create a campaign, I only do United States because most of the offers that I'm running are targeted towards them. Now, what I thought about this was I'm going to show you the landing page and what I use, and I'm going to show you the keywords. But what is not going to work for the clients that I have doing this is showing you the exact ad copy that I have. Because if we have 10, 20 people running the exact ad copy, well, that just doesn't make sense, and nobody thinks for themselves then in that scenario. I'll show you the landing page, and I'll show you parts of the video I have. But you, based upon the certain niche that you want, based upon your angle with it, you're going to have to make your own video, because obviously there's different storylines and ways you want to approach it. I only approached it the car insurance angle of you're getting screwed by the insurance companies. The whole industry is screwing you, and this is why, and this is how you solve that problem, okay? And I'll show you some of that video too. But again, I won't provide exact details just for that reason, because no, it makes no sense for everybody to have the same exact ad copy. But I will give you all the keywords that I'm using too, because that is the heart, that's the meat of this method, okay? And so let's just say we have get your car insurance. I know this is very generic. Get your car insurance today. Free quote now. Something generic like that. This isn't my ad copy, but we're just doing this for reasons of submission here. Okay, so let's talk about keywords here. Okay, so if I was to target the car insurance niche and use regular keywords, you would say, well, you're going to pay $1, $2 a click. It doesn't make sense for you to go after that. Well, that's not the case. So I'm doing something what I call display on search. Okay, and what that means is I'm taking search-based campaigns and turning them into display advertisements instead. And what that means is essentially, there's two ways you can do this. I'm doing it one way because of what Bing has done in the past, insofar as they catch on and then they say, well, you're abusing our platform. We can clearly see that. What I used to do was upload thousands upon thousands of keywords, okay? 20, 30, 100,000 keywords, etc. It would take a while, but it would get the job done. And it would just be random stuff, okay? And what happened was Bing saw that and knew I was abusing their platform, and then disabled the account. So then I condensed it to what I call a super campaign or a super list. And I took just the keywords that actually generated the most traffic that cost the least. And that's the key here. You don't need car insurance, let's say, keywords if you're running a car insurance campaign. All you got to do is just get keywords that have low competition and that are cheap and that generate a lot of clicks. And so when we look at certain keywords here, let's just take an example for these here. Obviously, these are keywords with a ton of traffic, and nobody's really going to bid on them because who wants to bid on Fox News, right, or ABC News? But your clientele will certainly search for those types of things. They will search for Hillary Clinton. They'll search for Donald Trump. They'll search for Craigslist, stuff like that. So when I'll give you all the keywords that I have, and obviously you put them in there. Now, some are trademark branded and whatnot. It doesn't matter in the Bing platform. Bing doesn't auto-detect that. Keywords like Amazon, there are a few that they do, and don't ask me why, like some do and some don't. But all these they don't, so that's why I use them, okay? And so you want to use these for your keywords. So let's just grab 6 of them. Well, let's even do it less. Let's just use 3, okay? As we can see here, the clicks are super cheap. We're not going to even pay that much, though, for them. That's just the current first page bid, and you don't need to worry about that. Oh, that's why. So what I do with this is I actually turn off Content Network, because I've never had good experience running anything on Content Network. And if you think about it from my AdSense method, you'll know why. Because there's a lot of bullshit that goes on in the content side of things, and I'm not interested in dealing with it. So I always turn it off. I just put my bid to 0.05, 5 cents a click. Usually I never get any traffic from there, so that's pretty much the same thing. You also have ad distribution that you can turn it off right here. But I just leave it on. It's either the same thing, essentially turn it off by bidding so cheap. Make sure that you have the all search networks, because this is key here, Bing, AOL, Yahoo, and syndicated search partners, because that part is very key here, the syndicated part. Anything else here you don't really need to worry about. I mean, some of you probably know more about Bing than I do. I just got started on it, so I'm not gonna proclaim that I'm some expert here. So when we save this, campaign goes here. I'll show you why I have 27 of them right now. I'm making this video in between me building up the account again because I did it a certain way from my other account and then that got disabled. And I'm like, well, why did it? Because I know it works and I know these are legitimate campaigns, but it was just because, like I said, I made it a little too obvious. I put it a little too much in their face, and then that's why it happened. Doing it this way right now, I'm having no issues with it. And so that's why I'm going to keep on doing it this way, and that's what I'm going to show you as well. So with keywords here, I go back in there, and then I take the same keywords. Let me go back here. Which are these? And these are just a few of them from the hundreds that I have, so don't worry. It's not as if these aren't like the golden keywords. Some of them are better than others, okay? So this is where you're going to expand upon doing this method, okay? I've only taken it to a certain point, and this is where you're going to say, okay, well, now I know, hey, I can maybe do it this way and branch out this way, etc. So we're just adding these for now. These are the same keywords that I'm adding, so when you hit save, it's going to say it's the same type. So then you just go to phrase, and then you apply this little clipboard here to each one, and then you want to add each one again. I never do content, I just do phrase, exact, and broad. Then after that, I just hit the bulk selection, go to current bids, and then I just switch it. Usually I bid 15 cents, okay? So there's a few things here insofar as your ROI is concerned, okay? So the lower you bid, the less traffic you're gonna get, obviously, but the higher your ROI is gonna be. So with all the keywords that I'll provide, I found the sweet spot to be about 25 cents. So what happens is when I bid 15 cents a click, I'm going to be paying pretty much 6, 7, or 8 cents a click. You're not paying full price a click here. When you bid 25 cents, you're going to be paying 16, 17, 18 cents a click. You know, it drops about 6, 7 cents, let's just say. 50 cents a click is actually a little bit better. You pay just around upper 20s, 28, 29, because at that point, you're already bidding at the top shelf insofar as first place. So you're not going to pay 43 cents a click. You're going to just pay the top shelf price, okay? 50 cents a click will get you a ton of traffic, but you have to be careful on the types of offers you use. You don't want to use zip submits or any type of submits that only pay $1.50 or $2 because you're just not converted very well. When you're bidding 15 cents and 25 cents, that's where your sweet spot is for the lower paying offers, the sweepstakes, the freebies, zip email submits, etc. The car insurance, any types of investing, or any types of insurance offers, lead gen offers that pay $8 to $12 a lead. Those are the types where you can feel comfortable paying the 50 cents, and then you'll get 20, like I said, 6 to maybe 29 cents a click. Sometimes you'll get an obscure like 42 cent click, but most of the time it'll average out to just mid to upper 20s. Now, why this is important is because if you were to take, let's say, a lead gen offer and put it on a company like AdBlade or SiteScout or anything like that, you're going to expect to pay 50, 75, $1 a click for those display-based networks. So you're taking a display-based campaign, moving it over to Bing, and you're just putting in as many keywords as you feel is relevant to getting enough traffic. Not relevant to the offer, just relevant into getting traffic. And obviously, with the elections going on in the U.S., the Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton stuff, that's getting searched a lot. But yeah, you want to make sure that you throw in enough keywords here that generate enough traffic for you, not just that are relevant. Or you want, if you put in a car insurance keyword, let's say with a car insurance campaign, and you bid 25 cents a click, you're not going to get anything. Okay, I put in 2,000 keywords for car insurance at 25 cents, and I got nothing. But when I put in and I change it to a display-based type of campaign, I got a bunch of traffic, and that's what we're working on right now. Okay, this account here, I have 2 going on right now. I have 2 Bing accounts. I have one that's solely dedicated to car insurance, and this one is dedicated to the submits because I'm trying to separate them, make sure that the bids are relevant to the type of niche that I'm doing. So what else do I want to talk about here insofar as that? That's pretty much it. This is not really a Bing tutorial. Bing is pretty straightforward. So if you need a Bing tutorial, then I can, I guess, create that separately for you. Let me go back to my campaigns though, because I do want to talk about them and what we're looking at here. And what I said before is they're really lax insofar as the approvals of the campaigns and the ad copies, etc. So, excuse me, the keywords submitted. So this allows you to submit them and get traffic right away. What we're looking at here is I set this campaign up a couple hours ago, okay, or this account I set up a couple hours ago. So after a few hours, already this is delayed. Obviously, they're delayed a good 3 hours. Obviously, I haven't ran it that long, so I probably have 200 some clicks. My spend so far is $16, but it's probably around $20 so far. But let's just say it's $20. This is just a quick test that I did this morning on this account running a sweepstakes offer because, mind you, I'm using car insurance right now. And that's not even to say car insurance is the best. Health insurance might be the best considering it's the older demographic. Life insurance might even be better, or reverse mortgage. So those are different niches that I suggest you go after. Okay, since we're in my account now that's used for submit offers, I'm going to show you one of them. And please keep in mind though that these creatives are very easy to make and it's just as simple as changing a few words over, etc. So please do me the favor and not copy things verbatim, simply because if we're all doing the same exact thing with the same exact creatives, banner blindness is very real and it will happen. So by just mixing some things up, we're helping each other out essentially with not stepping on each other's toes. So that's pretty much all I ask. But nonetheless, I'll show you the exact creative that I'm using for today's test on the submits. And so let me go to ads here. And it's a sweepstakes ad. So as you can see here, it's very simple, but yet effective. The advertiser actually doesn't want you to use the words free or win. So instead I use earn and take. So this complies with what the advertiser wants, but it's still very effective. And this is working out well for me. PCH stands for Publishers Clearinghouse, because a lot of the older demographic definitely knows what PCH stands for, and they'll know, oh, it's a sweepstakes, cool, let me click and join. So keywords here, show you some of those. As we can see, Fox News got 4 clicks, 1,600 impressions, average CPC 5 cents. Now this will go up and down just based upon the competition right now and whatnot for the given keyword. Some keywords get less volume, some get more. But nonetheless, your CTRs is going to be right around this amount. So don't be surprised if you're not getting like a 2 or 3% CTR, because again, this is display on search type of advertising. So you're not going to get actual search type of normal CTRs because they're not searching obviously on something that is relevant. So, and as we can see here, let me go back to, actually let's go to the campaigns. Each campaign, I'm still building this out right now, so each campaign has its own set of keywords in it, and that is done for a specific reason. So I probably need to go up to, I think maybe make 50 campaigns here. You can do this a different way too. This doesn't have to be done exactly how I'm doing it. This is just because of what Bing did to me. So what happened was I uploaded all the keywords all at once, okay? So I uploaded all these at once. And what happened with Bing is it worked for a while, but what Bing must have thought is that, hey, this guy is clearly trying to take advantage of us by, not bidding on relevant terms, stuff like that. So by me uploading the 400 or 500 of them, it worked for like 3-4 weeks, and then just recently, a few days ago, they banned me. And I thought it was a billing issue. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's why. But when I made a new account and uploaded all those keywords again, I was banned immediately. So what they did was they probably said, okay, anybody who uploads they maybe put a filter in all these types of keywords at once, ban the account. A bot must have banned it. So what I'm doing now, which has been working over the last 4 days, 3 days, whatever it's been, is I'm separating it. I'm uploading just a few at a time into each campaign. Making a campaign is very simple. It only takes, 2 minutes. So uploading them is a very easy process, okay? So when I would suggest to you, when you upload these keywords or whatever extra keywords you add on to these, make sure that you separate them Or one thing you can do too is upload a bunch of relevant keywords, but sneak a few of these keywords in there. So for instance, my car insurance campaign, if I upload those 2,000 keywords, pretty much most of those, if not all of those, will get no impressions because the bid of 15 or 25 cents is just way too low. So essentially, it's a fake upload where I know they're not going to get impressions anyway. But I would only upload those in doing a car insurance kind of ad, So if you're doing health insurance, then you would upload health insurance keywords, let's say, just in case somebody does click on your campaign, you want to make it targeted towards that at least. But nonetheless, it hides the fact that you have some miscellaneous high volume, low CPC keywords in there. And so you could do it that way. I'm not doing it that way right now. I will if I find that they're starting the banning again. I don't see why they would, but even if they do, it's easy to get back in and do the same method. And this stayed under the radar. There was no bot ban. So I just made a campaign and I uploaded a few keywords to each one. Some of these are just starting off because, like I said, I'm still going through the process of getting this all completed. I'm probably about halfway there now. But as we can see, I've already generated, let me do a refresh here and see where we're at. For today, like I said, this is a brand new account, $18.62 in spend. And as I explained to you, I'm spending about $100 a day, and that falls in line with having this happen with uploading the keywords. It falls in line with that because you're paying so little for the keyword, it's harder for you to spend $100 a day. Now you can expand that, of course, by adding more keywords. Some things that I haven't uploaded that you could use is you could do cities, you could do different words even. Just, ironically enough, if you uploaded like the word day or the word the, it'll get searches, and that's interesting, but it happens, and that's where your display ad comes in. Someone types in day, maybe they wanted to type in daydreaming, and they just hit in day by accident, and then they see your ad and they're like, okay, I'll enter a sweepstakes. And that's how that works, okay? So you can enter any number of thousands of variations you want. Like I said, when I first started this, I did thousands and thousands of them. Every city, every state, every word that I could think of, even letters. The letter P, for instance, would get activity on it. It would get clicks, and it would get clicks for just like 3 cents because who bids on the letter P? Nobody. So all that advertising space on the platform is yours. Keep in mind, though, it won't show up on the main Bing platform, and that's what I talked about earlier, is your syndicated partners. That's where it will show up under, and that's where you're going to get most of your activity from. So you always want to keep in mind that the syndicated partners is who you want to go after. Bing rarely will show it, but the syndicated will most of the time show it. Some don't because maybe some platforms have more competition than others, so it may be harder to show on there even if it is syndicated. But nonetheless, you get plenty of activity. Like I said before, I'm not an expert in the Bing platform or their syndicated partners, so maybe you know more about how to get more activity on the partner side versus anything else or on certain partners. For me, I only understand it as when you sign up for syndicated partners, you're doing all of them and it's spread out or something. But anyway, not only that, you can upload... let me see, what else can you upload? Phrases, obviously, you can upload phrases. Now, it gets a little touchy if you're uploading a bunch of trademarked terms. So let's give an example of this advertiser here doesn't want you to use the words free or win, but they don't say don't bid on branded terms. Some do, but some are only doing that because they don't want you to bid on their branded terms, not Wells Fargo or any, CNBC or CNN, stuff like that. They're not saying don't bid on anybody, it's just theirs in particular. So please keep that in mind. Bing, I don't know how they feel about it. I'm sure they don't like the fact that if you're bidding on CNN, et cetera, but again, it's not showing up on the Bing platform, it's showing up on syndicated partners platforms. Okay, so if the advertiser explicitly says don't bid on any branded terms, well, yeah, keep those away. Just stick with the generic words or letters or numbers even I put in there before. When I came up with my list, the super list, it was because at that time I'm like, okay, well, this is the data that I have for now. Let me take the highest volume keywords and just use those and save some time and not uploading 30,000 keywords when only 2,000 may be getting most of the traffic. Okay, so, but that's not to say it doesn't work. Especially, it may be better to use if they start noticing, oh, well, this person is only uploading, 3 keywords or 5 keywords, and they're all non-relevant. You may need to upload 1,000 keywords where only a few will be giving some of the volume because it hides in there amongst all the rest. It's just what I would suggest doing if stuff starts happening with your account. Like I said, so far I'm 3 days in doing it this way. This is my first day doing it with ZipSubmit, so it's working out just as planned. So we're about 19 bucks in spend, and going here, we're about $90 in revenue made from that offer. Hit run report. Still the same. Clicks come in probably, I don't know, every minute or two, I guess. Leads come in maybe every 5 minutes or so, because obviously you're not going to get a lead every time you get a click. So you just wait for it. Like I said, I set this up a few hours ago already, pretty much that'll be at $100 in a few, maybe 10, 15 minutes. So right now, about 20 bucks spent, 90 made. So let's just say it's about a 400% ROI. Pretty good considering this is the very first test that I ran on a submit offer. There's probably plenty others that I could run and make this convert. And it boils down to the earnings per click right here, 38 cents, and where we're at with Bing being at 11 cents. So the average CPC on Bing is going to be very low, and your conversion rate to the offer is going to be pretty high. ZipSubmits, you don't need a lander. I mean, it'd be silly to get a landing page to then go to the offer. So I just go straight to the offer. You just need to make sure that the offer is curtailed to your audience, okay? And your ad copy is interested in enough for them to click and want to convert on the offer.